Most important things that you can do, and I've got to get one other thing, I've got to get a sand wedge. One of the most important things that you can do is pay attention to what's happening with the lower body. As the lower body goes, the upper body can react to it, particularly as you start the downswing. So when we make a backswing, the upper body's going to start moving first, but that lower body is going to allow the upper body to do what you want it to do. And if the lower body starts to slide out too much or over-rotate or under-rotate, what you're going to get is you're going to get an upper body that's going to kind of adapt to what the lower body is allowing it to do. And that's when you get the club in the wrong spots, over the plane, under the plane, too much face rotation. So the first thing that we're going to do in this power three is we're going to pay attention to this trail knee. If you give me a down the line shot here, Rut, what we want to do when we're taking this club back, keep that knee just a little bit bent. That's exactly what Jason does. And when he gets to the top, you can see how there's no space in between the knees. If I take this trail leg and I straighten it out like that, now all of a sudden you can see right through here. This is one of the problems that a lot of people have, is they're just lazy with that knee flex. When you get set up, if you can maintain that knee flex and not let any light get through there in between the two knees, now you're going to be able to push off it. A great drill. Take a sand wedge, lay it on the ground and put it right behind the knee, just like that. Now, this is just a drill, and all I want you to do is just feel the body turning and feeling like that knee isn't losing its flex like that. As you start to get used to what that feels like, you're not going to swing fully, because as you start to move, that club's going to actually back out that way. But you're just doing this as a drill to get that feel of that knee staying bent. After we've done that, let's pull one in here and hit one. But Rut, if you could, let's just set that camera too right at that knee. So when we get set up, we can look at the knee flex right here, and let's maintain that knee flex and see how well I do. So here, that felt like I did a really good job of maintaining that knee flex. That's what you want to make sure of that you're doing. Now, the other thing that Jason does a really good job of, and the reason why he's able to be consistent with delivering the club, is his knees aren't going out over his toes. We've talked about this in the past, how the knees get in here and they stay inside the toe line in that fashion there. We don't let them go out that way. Well, that's why the breed bar is here, because what we're going to do is we set that basically right on the toe line, and all we want to do is make sure that when we take this club and we start swinging, I don't want the knees, again in that down the line look, Rut, I don't want the knees to be banging on that bar. So if I go this way, now I've got the space in between the knees again, and this lead knee has moved out to the target line instead of moving back. So we want to make sure that the knees are staying in here, and then when we go through, we want that knee to stay down the line. I don't want that trail knee to move in. When I move the trail knee in, I'm going to come out of posture, and the club is going to drop down behind me. You can see how tall my spine is right there. What we want to be able to do, and what Jason does such a great job of, is getting that trail knee to stay inside. That's how he stays down in that posture and is able to let that club go. So, put this here. Focus on the knees, making sure they stay inside the toes there. And what's going to happen when you do that is you get a lot of heel weight, and we're going to talk about the importance of that in just a second. So, right there, what you can see is that golf ball started dead down the line that I wanted to start on, not a lot of curve at all. Because when the knees are going this way, now my shoulder, thank you, now my shoulders staying out in front, and the club is out in front of me, so I'm not having to recover the path with face. The failure of a path, then you have to recover face. That's where you get into trouble. Now, the last part in our power three is the straightening of the lead leg. We showed you that how his lead leg straightens out. You hit into that firm lead side. Well, what you do here is you take the bar, and we're going to set the bar literally right on the outside part of the calf. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm feeling like that is just moving back and away. And as you do that, what happens is that the lead hip starts to move up. That's how you use that ground force going in an upward direction. That's going to snap that club and give you a lot of club head speed. So what you're going to do is you're just going to make some swings here. We don't want the knees to sag in this fashion here. That's where one of the real problems occurs, because when those knees start to sag, lower body gets underneath, upper body stands up, club gets under. That's a great shot right there, Rut. So what we want to do is get this feeling that we're going to just really feel that leg straighten out by pushing up. We're taking the lead leg and we're pushing it up. And as we push it up, that'll rotate it. So now we get that feel. Now we're going to hit one with that thought. So we're coming in here, and I'm feeling that lead leg straighten out and move back. And what you find too, and one of the reasons that Jason's so consistent is he doesn't lose his footwork. He's not jumping up into the air. A lot of players we see nowadays, you see that footwork happen. Jason, that lead foot is dead on the ground. It doesn't have any movement coming up in the air. And by the way, we know he's generating club head speed. Hit a 380-yard plus drive on the 11th hole. Now that leg is really straight. You can see how straight that lead knee is and that ground force pulling up there, okay? All right, let me get a couple of tees here. Put all this together. Yeah, well, listen, you know what? This day, by the way, started in Chicago. That's why I'm a little out of breath, a little tired. So here's how we go. And we're all focusing on the lower body work. You get control of what you're doing with the lower body, and you are well on your way to hitting long, straight shots, just like Jason Day. Once that lower body starts acting improperly, then you start getting into some trouble. So when we make this backswing, we're going to feel a bent trail leg. We're going to feel those knees stay inside, and then we're going to straighten up with the lead leg. And as you start to go, bend, inside, and straight. Bend, inside, and straight. So we do a rehearsal on that. Bend, inside, and straight. Jason Day style. PGA champion. Oh yeah. Is that in the basket? Stop it. You stop that. You stop that when you're talking. Okay, that's how you're going to improve your driving. Make sure you pay attention to that lower body, just like Jason Day. Now, a lot to get into tonight.